Shut up and sit down.
Ohio gozaimasu.
Ew.
What's up, my dude?
Oh, another day in communist China. I mean,
You weren't
Japan.
going to Hong Kong.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Let's do it differently. Yeah, it's fun.
It looks fine to me. It looks about the same as it always does.
Yeah.
Am I recording? Yes.
But,
Fucking OBS, big piece of shit. Don't mind me, I'm eating a steak quesarito from the fridge.
oh, nice.
No.
I am jealous. Not a lot to eat here once I cook it. But
Same.
I don't know why, for some reason Japanese meats have a totally different taste, and my stomach is like, nah, don't eat that. So, I cooked a whole thing of pork last night, and it was, pre-seasoned pork that I bought from the local, the local grocery store.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, it smells good. So, I know it was still fine, and I cooked it, and it smelled fine, but then I put it in my mouth, I was like, and my stomach was like, I don't know why. It didn't taste sour or anything, it just didn't taste right.
It's probably because it's, actually all natural pork. That's a pig they
Yeah.
killed yesterday. Whereas,
Yeah.
in America, we gotta pump our meat full of hormones and cleanse it with ammonia and all kind of shit. So,
Yeah, my body's just like, no hormones? Nah.
Yeah. This obviously isn't the same thing I'm used to. But
So yeah, I ended up throwing the whole thing away. It's like I can't force myself to eat something. Okay.
yeah. I can pretty much make myself eat whatever.
I wish I could. That'd be nice, but so instead I fucking last night I went and I cooked up. What the hell did I cook up? Oh, I think I gave up and I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm just gonna fucking. I had a roll, like a fucking bread roll, and I just cut that shit open, threw some butter in there, and that was dinner. I was like, well, I know I can eat this.
I'm an adult. I can eat whatever I want.
Exactly. But that's
Yeah, I
fine,
wouldn't have
that's
even
fine.
gotten Taco Bell, but when Miller was over, he was like, I'm hungry, I'm ordering food. And he's like, what does Uber Eats have? And I was like, probably the same shit as DoorDash. And he's like, ooh, Taco
Yeah.
Bell. And I was like, what the fuck? Taco Bell's on Uber Eats? I'm downloading Uber Eats.
That's it.
Yeah.
Hey, you're fucking set now.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, besides that whole thing, the hood that we talked about where the screws don't fit, so I'll have to get new screws at some point. I don't think really what else. The speakers we talked about, they just don't work. So I try to get new ones, and then Autobox doesn't install, even though the website says they do. And then they sell really shitty speaker brands, so I didn't get them from there. So I'll just wait on those. Yeah. I mean, besides that, the car runs fine, so it's whatever. For now, the hood can wait till I do get those screws. That was more of a thing to prepare for summer.
Did you ever get the turbo issue fixed or looked at?
No, because right now I'm waiting for, the guy, because he went on medical leave
Oh.
till mid-February, so I had to wait for him to come back, and then I have to go and wait for the ASP to come in.
Yeah.
That way he can just do both. I hope so. I mean, I'm sure he will be because he knew it was gonna be a while. So that's why when he put out a whole thing on his Facebook saying, I'm gonna be gone for so long.
ASP?
ASP,
Oh.
the air separation tank.
Yep.
Because mine's made of really cheap Mazda plastic, so we're gonna get a metal one. Or I got a metal one for my original
Aluminium.
truck. Yeah.
Quality.
So, yo. And then,
That's a big ass box.
Yeah, I threw the camera on there for that, but here's this.
Hell yeah, making progress.
So like, yeah, you got the fucking orange there for the lights. You got the bumper there.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that like this whole thing's for like the seats and stuff. Cause like you got,
Probably, yeah.
but you can see like the gearing actually moves the wheels. Then if you,
That's cool.
there, you can see it. Put it on this side.
I had no idea it was so like
There.
functional.
You can see like the pistons moving up very slightly.
Yeah. Fucking
So-
dope.
And then it actually has like springs.
Oh hell yeah, dude. That's cool.
So, yeah, it's a project and a half. And then it looks, I don't know if these are supposed to be door, like what these are supposed to be, but like there's some kind of moving plastic piece here.
I think it might be for the doors. No.
I don't know. So
We will
but-
find out.
yeah, so for viewers watching, that'll be on the channel hopefully in the next month. It takes me a while because every hour is like a quarter of one of the 4 books, so it's a long ass project. But for people that like those kind of projects, it's totally worth.
An 8
It is
times
very-
speed time lapse
Yeah.
of Kevin Dirks
Yeah.
building Quadra VTEC Turbo R.
Yeah, it'll be a time lapse with some royalty free music because I'm lazy. Sorry, none of the clicky parts because the whole time I'm building, I'm usually listening to like music or watching somebody build model cars. Because like last night I was
It's inspirational.
watching. Yeah.
I sent you a couple videos, and I want to buy you a. They're pretty expensive, but I want to buy you a. Damn, what's the company? Hang on, they're in my eBay history. They make a really really nice, like pre-painted. You don't need to put decals on it and shit already. Mostly like you just screw it together. 1/8 scale Ferrari Testarossa.
Yeah, that would be cool.
And I want to buy you one of those so you can screw it together.
Because like last night I was watching a bunch of this June's Mini Garage because he makes not like that small, but like he makes kind of
Yeah.
small, and then he did a whole diorama for like all the initial D ones, and that was a 2-hour long video. Like
Yeah, it's Pocher, Pocher. And yeah,
What
they're
is
like
it?
$500, but they are really nice Ferrari Testarossas.
Pocher.
Yup. Yeah, they are really nice 1/8 scale models. And
Jeez.
Kevin, in case you need a size reference for what a 1/8 scale model is, they're about this big.
Jesus Christ.
I can't fit it all on screen. This is a
Yeah.
1/8 scale model, and this isn't even complete yet. This is barely painted, and I'm still missing the front bumper.
Good God. Jeez. Yeah, that is massive.
Yeah, they're sizable, but that Pocher, I don't know how to pronounce it. That kit is it's metal, and like I said, they're like pre-painted. The interior's done. You literally just like
Oh, snap them together? That's kind of nice.
it basically you screw them together. You put a couple pieces on stuff. Yeah, it's nothing too difficult.
Yeah, because I mean,
It takes all the
I don't
hard
know.
parts out of it for people that want
Yeah.
to build models, but like suck at painting or like aren't great with decals. You know, it's like there's even
Yeah,
some
man.
already like here's one pre-built and it's wired up. It's got functional lights and shit
Oh,
integrated
wow.
into the stand it's on, so you can like turn on the headlights and shit.
Hell yeah.
I've seen guys do that with like micro LEDs, and I'm just like, man, I can't even build wired distributors like that. I don't have the patience to do that shit.
Yeah, yeah.
I know I have the ability, but there's For fun? No, I'm not doing that for fun.
No.
Yeah, these are really nice though. Like, they're high quality. I'll send you a link to this one so you can check it out. I'm gonna buy you one of these days.
You're fine. You're fine. Wait till like Christmas or some shit.
It'll be a thank you for all the help you're gonna give me with building my PC after I win my lawsuit.
I mean, that's gonna be. I'm gonna buy you the parts, but that's gonna be mainly you and Johnson building it.
Well, you're not gonna buy them. You're gonna tell me what to buy.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Then I'm gonna buy that and.
Yeah, you and Johnson, because like me and Johnson are gonna. Johnson's already aware of it. He's gonna. Me and him are in the works.
Word.
Like, right.
Oh, he's such a good dude. Y'all both good dudes, man. I love you guys. I love all
you
my
too,
friends.
Jesus, yeah, that is massive.
It is. Oh my god, I know exactly which one I'm gonna get you, even though it's $2,300.
I want to know.
The white Testarossa Spider.
No.
Yeah.
Nope.
Here's one for $1,000. Never mind, they're not that expensive.
That's still expensive. Jesus, save your damn money.
I know, right? Oh my god, they're so expensive. Why are they so expensive?
Well, I mean, 1/8 scale probably made of metal, so.
It is 1/8 scale and made out of metal, so
Yeah.
that's why it's expensive. Here's one for $500. They're not too bad. I paid almost that for my Camaro kit because it was original, new in box, never opened, still plastic wrapped, and I was like, "Fuck that! I'm putting it together."
Well, yeah.
And I immediately opened it and destroyed all of its value.
Whatever. As long as you enjoy it, that's the main thing. But
I haven't even opened the Trans Am yet. I bought the new Revell 1/8 scale 79 Trans Am because fuck yeah, I love Trans Ams. We were just talking about Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah. Still hoping you can eventually find it, but that sounds like you'd have to kind of go through like the forums and stuff and piece together what you can.
Oh, about the original 73 Kenworth that was in Smokey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have been an internet archaeologist in the pursuit of where that truck is. I've very nearly come close to resorting to going through the entire credits of the movie and just searching for these people on Facebook and just sending them messages saying like, "Hey, did you work on Smokey and the Bandit? Do you have any fucking idea where this truck ended up? More importantly, do you remember at all what engine was in this truck? Because nobody knows. Nobody knows what engines were in any of the movie trucks because, like Hal Needham said, all of the truck sounds were dubbed in after filming. So whatever you hear, like, oh, that's a Cummins. That truck got a Cummins. Like, yeah, that was added in later. In another scene, it sounds like a Detroit. It's fine.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rough. I mean, if you can find out the VIN, like, once you find out the VIN or anything, like, then it's easy day. It's just, finding that out.
There's a studio document somewhere with the VIN number to these trucks on them.
Yeah.
I know 2 of the trucks and trailers burned up in a fire in the 80s. But that truck, the 73, which is the only truck that, if you watch the movie, has a gold and black Kenworth badge on the grill. That's how you know it's a 73. It was a 50th anniversary. That truck apparently survived, got sold after production, and from there the trail goes cold. It got sold after production. I'm like, well, there's a bill of sale. Who did it get sold to?
Yeah.
Do I need to fly to Atlanta, Georgia, and go to the Hall of Records and find out who bought this truck?
That might be your best bet, honestly. Because, like, they're just...
Yeah. Well, like we were talking about, somebody out there knows what they have, because there's a gold plaque on the dash that says, built by Kenworth trucks for production of Smokey and the Bandit. I think it wasn't...
Either that or...
I don't know who published the movie, but...
Either that or it's, like, just behind someone's fucking house, like in a shed or like a warehouse or something, and just someone forgot about it. Like how people forget about fucking Lamborghini Countach and shit like that in their shed.
Somebody after production had bought the trailer. The trailer was then in another movie about trucks, but it wasn't like this hero trailer or anything. And then everyone's like, "Oh, the trailer! We saw it in an episode of The Walking Dead." Well, that is actually the trailer. That is the trailer from the movie. It was in that episode of The Walking Dead. And yeah, because there's a company that does a lot of on-site location shooting and stuff in and around Atlanta, Georgia, and they're the people who own the trailer. So they threw it in an episode of The Walking Dead.
Huh.
The truck, though, no idea. But the trailer, nobody cares about the trailer. Nobody cares about the Screen Used original trailer that much. It's decrepit and destroyed by now. Also, it's just a Hobbs 48-foot trailer. Like, you can find one of those, and you can make it look exactly
there's
like
no
that one, because you can paint it and then either throw vinyl on it or actually have it hand painted like that mural was.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. There's no plaque on the trailer.
Right.
But, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That is neat, though. I didn't know that. Because, I mean, I don't watch The Walking Dead, so.
You may have at the time. At the time it was an episode, it was like 2013.
Season 7, so.
Yeah. I don't know how many seasons there are now, but that was a while ago. Did you pull up the image?
Yeah. But no, I think I watched Walking Dead to the second season, and I was like, yeah, this is kind of dumb. I don't.
Glenn got
really
killed,
care.
and then I stopped, and I was like, there's nobody from the original cast on this show anymore now. I don't really want to watch anymore.
Yeah. Like, the only one most people care about is like Daryl, and like.
Yeah.
I like Norman Reedus, but that's about it.
I like Norman Reedus too. I wish Silent Hills would have gotten made instead of Death Stranding, but you know.
Yeah.
But apparently, guess what?
11 seasons.
Hey, guess what?
What?
Capcom, I believe it's Capcom, or no, Konami. It's Konami. Konami trademarked the Silent Hill IP again. They apparently have 3 titles in the works, none of which are directed by Hideo Kojima.
Yeah.
Which means they're not going to be that good. So
they announced a remake of Silent Hill 2, I believe.
Yeah, which, man.
I mean,
there's something about the jankiness of PS1 graphics that like lended itself to the horror and aesthetic of that game that I don't feel like you can replicate on modern hardware.
It's
like shit's gonna be in Unreal 5 and have stupid lighting and look like a fucking Michael Bay film. I'm not gonna play that shit. Like the Resident Evil remakes, those are quality. I like those. They made Jill really hot. They got a lot of fan service where the camera just zooms in on Jill's butt a lot. That was great.
I don't know. It's like they did Resident Evil 2 right with the remake, because they gave it 2 different campaigns, but then, as other people talked about, Resident Evil 3 was originally planned to be a DLC, but then them being greedy decided, hey, let's make it a full game, and it wasn't worth the full game price because it's essentially a one playthrough game. You don't get to play as fucking Jill. Yeah, there's Jill, and then you get to play as whatever the other guy is. Yeah, Carlos.
You
play as them together.
At various points. Yeah, you play it as both of them in the one single campaign. You don't get 2 out of it, which is
Resident Evil 2, where you get to play as Claire for one campaign, and for the other campaign you get to play as Leon. And then not only do you have Claire and Leon campaigns A and B, you also have them flip flopped where you have Leon A and Claire B. And you have to play as both of them to get the true ending. So, there's a lot of playthrough there. But,
I believe that the canon ending to all Silent Hills is the dog ending.
Oh, the dog fucking...
I love the dog endings.
Running everything.
Both the dog endings and the UFO endings are truly wonderful. And speaking of... We were talking earlier while playing Payday about janky games, because Payday is a janky game. You know it's a janky game that I love because it's heavily inspired by another thing we talked about when we were playing Payday? It's heavily inspired by Twin Peaks. It's almost a direct ripoff of Twin Peaks, but different.
Oh?
Deadly Premonition.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
Deadly Premonition is jank as fuck.
Yeah, that game is so dated. I don't think they could make a game like that anymore.
No, but apparently they made a sequel at some point, which I had no idea about.
Yeah.
Something I've been watching a lot of lately is the YouTube algorithm keeps feeding me just 2-hour and 3-hour long retrospectives of old video games, and Deadly Premonition came up, and I was like, oh yeah, I like that game. It was basically Twin Peaks, so I watched that, and yeah.
Wow, right now
I watched Twin Peaks. A lot of
Deadly
hot
Premonition.
Twin Peaks.
Deadly Premonition Director's Cut is $2.50 right now on Good Old Games.
Is that the original or is that the second one?
I don't know. I do not know. I just sent it to you, though.
Good old games. Miller was talking about wanting to play an old game. And he was like, I wonder, if I could just torrent it. And I was like, no. Why would you just go and buy it on Good Old Games? It's probably like $4. Need for Speed Carbon on PC. I was like, you absolutely have a good enough computer to run fucking an Xbox 360 title.
Yeah. Both of them are on PC. I sent you the first one. The second one is $40 right now. So I would wait.
Ugh. Yeah, this one's on sale. It's 90% off. It was $24.99. Now it's $2.50.
Yep. That is the cheapest game. But
It's like, I feel like that's disrespectful, but like, yeah, it's a $2.50 game.
for how old it is, yeah.
Yeah, not even for how old it is, just for how bad it is. But it's very entertaining for how bad it is.
Because like it came out in 2010, so like that's an old game, man. I'm not about to pay $25 for a 13-year-old game. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you can't.
That's
a little tribute to you. I'm wearing my Blackbird shirt.
oh hell yeah, hell yeah.
That's
I
on
like
the
it.
high banks at Yatabe, where I believe that car, I think, still holds the record.
No, that got beat.
Was it Smokey Nagata's
Even
Supra?
back then. Here, let's see.
I remember something beat it. I don't remember what it was. I know it was never the Devil Z. And hey, guess what? Guess what else? Bringing it back around to Smokey and the Bandit. You know what held the record at Yatabe for the longest time?
Oh, fucking Trans Am.
Trans Am. American Car Club, baby. It was driven by the most Japanese man who, I shit you not, like, looked like a pimp. Like, he had the success perm. He wore gold chains and like silk shirts. Like that dude was fly.
What the fuck? There's a website that literally documents.
Oh, is it one of the Midnight Club websites or is it just about Yatabe? Because Yatabe's gone. They demolished it.
Yeah.
Sad. Big sad.
Yeah. 100%.
Who needs affordable housing? We need racetracks, damn it.
Yeah, fuck those people. They can, live on the street.
I love that meme of Harley Quinn explaining to like a young Bruce Wayne. I don't know, there was some time vortex shit going on or something where she's like, you could actually probably help Gotham a lot more by creating affordable housing than you could by, becoming the Batman. And he's like, people pay for housing? It's just like, yep. So that other meme with like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk and that other guy on it. It's like, if Bruce Wayne was real, he'd probably be the least weird billionaire.
Yeah. Out of all of them, yeah. Like.
Yeah,
Because,
I've been
like,
caught up lately
right now-
on the Twitter dumpster fire, so I don't know what's going on with that. But
It's only getting worse because like a lot of the places in that they hold offices in foreign countries, they aren't paying rent, so like they're just
shutting them down.
Yeah, 100%.
Straight up, they're evicting Twitter. Yeah, all social media cares about lately is that
That shit.
mid ugly cop who got the whole department train ran on her, and her
Only
husband's
she got
like,
fired.
yeah. Well, apparently you can't fuck on duty at the police station, which it's nice to know the cops care about some rules and laws.
Only some. The least important ones.
Ah, damn this vape. My coil's burnt. I don't feel like changing it.
Yeah,
I just
smoking.
filled up the tank, so I don't want to pop the coil out of the tank and make a mess and change it.
Okay, there we go. I'm just gonna look up the fucking. There we go.
Yatabe lap times. I think the lap times
Yeah.
are on this.
Yeah,
No, it isn't. Damn. Cool shirt, though. Don't remember where I bought it. I think it was a Facebook targeted ad. The algorithm got my ass, bro. Got me good. Yeah.
Yeah, there's 308.
Same picture.
These are from the 80s and 90s, so yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 308, and then slightly faster was an R32. That was
Like barely faster. And then there was an R32 that blew it the fuck away at 321. Is it the same R32?
It's hard to tell. But no, it couldn't have been because they were the same month.
Oh, yeah. Unless they swapped hoods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Similar cars,
tell.
but yeah.
Yeah, then a
There's another
6.4
Porsche
turbo.
305. 332. Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An R33 at 327. And then the 2000s. Oh, yeah, then they swapped to their other because they had Utabe torn down, so they just did track records now.
Yeah. Tsukuba.
So,
Tsukuba's the big one.
So
Many good cars, though.
So in less than 3 years.
What is
got
that in
fucking-
freedom fractions? 332 kilometers per hour. Let me convert that on my phone. I think my calculator does that. Nope, that's scientific. I don't want that.
Yeah, I got you.
Bet I can't work phones.
Yeah, 206 is 332.
That's pretty impressive for a car that got, daily driven on the street. Especially,
Yeah.
in judging by the way that Porsche looks, the early 90s.
This one, that's a 6.4, so yeah, because they stopped making the 930.
The way that photo looks, though, I'm thinking 1996, just because of the way that photo looks.
I don't. When did they make the 993? I think it would have been before 96 because they only made the 964 for a couple of years, and then they swapped over to the 993. Yeah, 89 and 94.
That
So
doesn't mean it was a new car. But I'm saying that picture looked. I get a vibe from that picture, and the vibe I get is 1996.
No, 97 says it there.
Ah, well, I was close. What is that? A picture for ants? I can barely see that. Ah, wunderbar.
Hey,
97. Yeah.
November. Because if you scroll up, like that's 94, December, and then an NSX, which of course they're fine. They handle nice, but they're not going to be a top speed record. They're fucking V6.
Yeah, they handle nice. They're really reliable. They're comfortable. But they're
that's
not
really
the
weird.
fastest Japanese car.
That's interesting because that's a 32 with a 33 face swap.
Either that or they label it wrong. That looks like a 33 all the way back.
I don't know. That's the thing. On Bring a Trailer, if you look, there's that 34 it's a 33 that looks like a 34. They front end swapped it. So it's possible. But
highly possible.
yeah. Then, and around a year, someone fairly beat it, and then
The same
destroyed
month someone obliterated it.
it. Yeah.
A big fucking intercooler coming out the grill there.
Yeah. So, and then, after that, it slowly got pretty good, but,
Yeah.
not really until this.
Yeah, so
Didn't really-
someone beat that mark by 12 kilometers or 5-ish miles an hour.
Yeah.
My
So
math
it's
is very loose.
absolutely insane. Yeah, close enough. But,
I play the math loose and fast. I don't play with math.
you never should. You never should.
I mean, fuck math. I mean, I appreciate math. I appreciate that math has to always be right. Math can never be right 99% of the time and still be math. It has to be right 100% of the time to be math. I appreciate that about math. It's factual. But I don't like doing it.
Oh, yeah, no, you never should. Doing math sucks. But, yeah. And then, so looking at, I don't know if you remember, we had talked about, buying land
Yeah.
in North Carolina. So, if we buy land, and a lot of the land that's for sale in North Carolina is heavily forested. So what we can do is fucking buy that land
Bulldozer.
and then log it.
You sell that wood.
Because logging right now, like the cost of wood, is anywhere from $3,000 to $4,000 an acre.
Shit, yeah.
That itself
Call
could
up a
pay
logging
for
company and be like, "Hey, Big Daddy, come get my wood." And I'd be like,
exactly.
"Excuse me?" And I'd be like, "I have a bunch of forested acreage. I'd like you to deforest."
I have a bunch of trees, and I fucking hate nature. So do me a solid.
I'll talk to you here, boss. Here's the deal. I got a bunch of trees. All right. I don't want no damn trees. You come cut down all my trees, turn it into wood, split it 50-50, fairsies, squaresies.
Exactly. So, definitely an option that could be a good thing to do because it would pay for one, a good chunk of the land. Because
Yeah, hopefully.
because I'm trying to get about 20 acres.
That's a lot.
Yes. But with, based on the pricing right now, that'd be about 130 to 150,000.
For just land? We ain't even building nothing yet?
Yeah, but then you have to go with, if we go with the lower end of about 3,000, and then times that by, we'll just go with 18, leave some trees on there. That's $54,000
That's pretty good money, yeah.
for the low end.
Yeah.
Like, so definitely something that, would be worth looking into to recoup the cost from that, because that would bring it down to less than 100,000. So something that would definitely, and there's plenty of logging companies in that northern area where we're trying to get, a place.
Yeah, around Mooresville. I want to be close enough to shops that can do advanced things we can't do yet. Like, like if I need a cylinder block honed, I want to be like, fuck, we gotta go buy a honing machine. We gotta spend 16 grand on this piece of CNC equipment.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just run it over to the shop and ask if I can pay them cash to just hone this real quick.
Yeah.
It'll be back in 3 hours with a brand new looking engine block.
Yeah, because I was looking around Camden. It's close, because from Camden to Norfolk is about 40 minutes. So as long as it's somewhere close-ish to there, it should be fine. Just so that way it's close enough for me to get to do my daily commute to work.
I will warn you that the traffic is pure AIDS.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So
I'm honestly expecting it to be like an hour and a half, but that's fine. As long as it's not 3 hours.
yeah, it's not like a 3-hour drive to work every day. That would just be soul-crushing.
Yeah.
I remember
And that's the thing,
watching a news story or something about a guy who's got like a 7-hour commute on the highway every day, and I'm like, bro, quit! Get a different job. Fuck that job. That can't possibly be worth it.
No, and not with the amount of gas you'd be spending. Like, even if you were on the bus or the train.
That's a commute. Fuck that.
Like, that's when you have to literally take, like, bottles to work, like, and just piss in a bottle while you're in the commute. Like, that's not worth, man. I'm sorry.
No, fuck that.
That's bad for your health.
Bro.
So.
That said, I am the same guy who would, like, for the purpose of content generation for our YouTube brand, I would drive a race car across the country, which would be incredibly uncomfortable and very hot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But, I mean, like, that's our choice.
By the time I got to California. But,
But that's our choice, so that's fine. Oh,
it
yeah.
would probably nearly kill me, but I would enjoy every minute of it. Like sex with a woman who has mental problems.
Yeah, you don't know. Like, halfway through, she might pull out a knife and just try and stab you.
She might stab you, but... What are you looking up? What did you just remember?
I was going to show you the viewers,
Hi, viewers. All 2 of you. Say something in the comments, guys. I want some engagement from y'all. Ask us questions. And we'll answer
for. So
we're
here
going to
was
give you the worst advice possible. Oh, yeah, the new GTR, which looks pretty much the same as the old GTR.
Yeah, it looks like they just did this, which is essentially what they did with the 400Z, putting a plastic.
Look, we made it Millennium Jade, and we gave it goldish wheels. We're like, that's great. Don't care.
Yeah, at this point, the car it came out in, I believe, 2008.
07, I think.
We'll take that. We'll take that. Who was right? Ah, damn it, that's Japanese. I don't want Japanese. There we go.
You give it a
Oh, you were right.
It
2007.
was? Hey.
December 2007. So you're just barely correct. All right, I'll get to you.
Well, yeah, December 07 as the 2008 model year. Technically, we're both correct. Nobody's wrong.
Yeah.
We respect all builds here, unless they're shit.
So
No, we tear
yeah,
them
like.
apart.
So here, we'll start with how it looked. So there's the prototype that looks like absolute dog shit. They kept the back end, but they changed the front end. It's about right.
I remember that, and I didn't dislike the concept.
I hated this when they came out with this. I hated that front end. That front end I don't like, especially like that looks so bland.
Again, though, that I didn't dislike. It's understated and it's got very subdued styling, which is the Japanese thing. The thing I hated about this was how stupid the fucking roof looks on the rest of the car.
Yeah, that's fair. I like this one. I like that they actually put something there.
Yeah. Now, to me, the thing is that, like, well, now it's fallen into that
Like
trend
that?
around the time of cars getting needlessly too complicated looking. Like, you've got
Yeah.
too much going
I will.
on. Pick a
Yeah,
shape,
like-
stick with that shape, design it, make it all look like it's one piece. This looks like it's a car with a
That
lot
I
of
don't.
things added onto it. Because
Like I don't
it's-
like that. Like that looks boxy. Like that looks nice. It looks clean.
It is cleaner, yeah.
There's a lot going on there, and then this is the new one where they gave it that, and I don't like that. And then
It
there
is
was the
clean
other
and
one.
understated looking again, but holy shit, those fenders look dumb.
Like this is the new Nismo, so like that's your let's see like their
You look at
Base
that,
model
how
one?
stupid those fenders look with a car that's predominantly straight
Yeah.
lines and very, you know,
yeah. gave it
hexagonal,
weird-
polygonal looking, and you get
It's-
this perfectly rounded fender that just it looks
It-
completely out of place.
It looks like a Hyundai to me anymore.
Yeah.
Like especially if you look at like put the Veloster in. Like there, because like you see the rounding there,
It does look like a Hyundai.
like, and that's not how you sell a car. Like I get it, it's
Who would've
supposed to be.
20 years ago that automotive styling would ever get to the point where the Nissan GTR is ripping off a Hyundai. We've
But-
fallen
but,
so
like-
far from grace.
So I don't know. I'm not a fan. If I ever do get one, I'd still get a wrecked one, like we talked about, because you could.
Yeah,
Go
a
and
wrecked
do
one
something.
purely for just to body swap it with something ridiculous.
Yeah.
Not something ridiculous in the way Nissan did with like the Juke R. That was just hideous. No one should have ever made that. But like I don't know,
No.
something cool.
But like, so we had that, and then that was a huge thing, and I don't know. Like, I want to get one so that way we can do a body swap on it, like change out all the body panels, keep the interior, because the interior I think looks fine. It kept
It's,
all
it's
of the
gonna be
right
hard
things.
to fit one car's interior inside of another. So that
Yeah.
therein will lie a problem. But we'll light
'Cause,
that
like-
firecracker when we come to it.
Because, like, I don't mind that. The only thing I definitely want to do is because they do make we had talked about before was the transmission. They make a 350 or 370 transmission that'll actually work with these GTRs.
And it's a real
So they can
actual
make-
manual.
Yes, make an actual manual rather than paddle shift. Because, like, I don't mind I don't mind this, like, because that is
It's neat.
primarily
It's clean.
like
It's got Gran Turismo
looks-
5 graphics in the screen. It's pretty cool.
yeah, like it does what it needs to. Like, I don't really care for that because I don't really care for steering wheel controls. I feel like I'm too retarded to actually trust myself. Like, I just hit the wrong button all the time, and I just can't do that. So,
I have changed radio stations trying to turn the volume up in the Raptor so many times. I eventually just quit fucking with my steering wheel controls and I just use the knob. Like the goddamn old man I am.
yeah. Like, even mine,
Your Mini
With,
was perfectly aesthetically styled. It was very cute.
yeah.
That takes me back.
Like, it was a good old car. Like,
I can smell the oddly banana flavored, like black plastic trim dressing that we put all over the inside of that car.
hell yeah, when we sold it, and
Fucking
Even though we didn't-
back to black treatment smells oddly of bananas. It's pure white. It looks like sticky carnauba mixed with silicone, but it smells oddly of bananas. I love it.
Hell yeah.
Oh, it looks so good. It's gonna look even better once it and the spoiler are on and everything's painted white.
So
But that hood doesn't look bad. It doesn't look in bad shape, you know?
No.
Usually
like,
fiberglass hoods that get taken off, like end up kind of beat up and thrown around garages and shit, but like that, most of the gel coat like is still on that, so I mean it's not being exposed to the elements super bad, so that's good.
Yeah, because the main thing
it'll probably hit that with a layer of sealer primer and then just spray white right over top of it. It'll look like it was only ever white to begin with.
Because the place I'm going to is called not Tsunabe. Ugh, whatever.
Yeah.
It's somewhere around here. It's a car shop that goes and does stuff. Oh wow, there's the bird cage.
Oh nice. Have you been diving there?
I haven't been there because I was planning to go there and then I got surgery. But it is real. It's literally right by American Village. So like if I go to American Village, I can literally walk. I can like dive out to it by walking.
American Village, where all the booter sailors go and pretend they're having a good time.
Oh yeah, I mean, you never for anybody that goes there, like stay away from there at night because that's where Americans cause trouble. Like,
yeah.
And even if you aren't the one causing trouble, you still get interrogated because
you're guilty
American.
by association because you're American and you're there.
Yeah, so just don't ever do it. But
there are some
hoods like that there.
close by to there though. One of them had Busch Light on tap, and I was like, I have to drink this. I can't believe this. I'm at a Deja Vu Showgirls in Okinawa, and they have Busch Light on tap. This place is made for me.
So, yeah, like you can see it's not lining up there, and that's because I gave up trying to get the screws in.
Yeah,
once I figured out when the screws wouldn't work, I gave up. But like there's hood latch releases, but there's no pins in, so there's basically just aesthetic.
Yeah.
And then you can see like the scratches there, and then you can see there is the carbon fiber. It's worn through, but
the scratches. I mean, you can sand the scratches, and you know.
Like I'm gonna have that all done.
The hood white, and then repaint the blisters on the middle there where it actually vents heat out. You could paint those black, and it would be a nice contrast.
Yeah, that's what I plan on doing. Is the carbon fiber I'm gonna paint black. That way it kind of hides everything. I'm gonna paint the hood white, but I'm gonna have to leave it up to that paint shop because I still want to have them install the spoiler that I bought, and then that's basically it for the exterior. Because like you can see like they look like there's water spots, but no, that's actually just the paint fade. Because like I spent an hour giving the car a wash and that didn't go away.
The paint still looks healthy though. I mean, I can see gloss in it. I can see reflections in it. There's still good paint there. I think that's a cut and buff away from looking brand new again.
Exactly.
And your marker lights on the front aren't all yellowed and faded and gross looking like every car in America. Like the car next to it, like that fucking Nissan.
Yeah. So,
and I know you don't like them, but I actually do really like those rims.
I mean, I plan on keeping them. I'm not gonna keep them.
They would look better in like strong silver instead of a gunmetal gray, though.
Yeah. I mean, I still plan on getting the Spirit R style rims, but that's a down the road thing when I'm worrying about aesthetic things. Because for now, I'm mainly just trying to make my car be run the best it can.
Reliable and comfortable.
Exactly. Like, I'll change the fucking seats out. I'll change the back seats out. I'll change the rims. I'll change the shift knob. I'll change the fucking head unit. Like, that's all later stuff. That's not right now.
Yeah.
So, but I think that was the only picture I really had of that.
Looks fantastic.
So yeah, I'm happy with it. It did suck because, as I think I've told you before, so when I ordered it, and then so you have to pay a bunch of extra money shipping to Okinawa because it's a fucking island out in the middle of nowhere, basically. So I was like, okay, cool. So I paid for that, and I was like, okay, cool. It'll ship right to me. That's fine. I get an email saying, hey, it's ready for pickup. It's like,
ready for pickup? It's I paid for to my door. What are you talking about ready for pickup?
So I went there, and they're like, yeah, all right, here it is. And I was like, oh, okay. So I try to fit in my car. Obviously, it won't fit because it's that big, and my car is that big.
Yeah.
So I literally park my car and I fucking hoof it to my house, which.
Definitely don't share your address with
No, I'm just
what
gonna do
could
it in
become
there.
our fanatical fans. However, I'd love some fanatical fans.
Here, hold on. I'm gonna Google something else because I started to pull up something like my address, but it was someplace close by.
Yeah. I've never shared my address. Everybody just knows that I live in Linden, Washington, which is a horrifically small farm town that I hate.
Sure, they could find it if they look for your car.
They would be able to find it. It's not only the loudest Ford Raptor in Washington, it's like one of the only orange ones. So.
Hell yeah.
I tried to start the Camaro up to move it because you know how it would like run for 20 minutes until the fuel pump gets hot and shuts off, so that I could work on Miller's car in the driveway, and battery was fucking completely dead. So that deep freeze we had really fucked it up. So I'm like, well, I don't drive it anyway. So add that to the list. More things I got to fix eventually. My dead ass battery. And my dead ass my dying soon to be dead fuel pump. I'd be drilling.
There we go. Boy, you fucking dickhead.
I've been watching at home. I get this little zit on my forehead right here, and it's just irritating the shit out of me. It's just you can barely fucking see it. It's
Yeah, you just gotta let go, man.
shit out of me. I know. I'm gonna hit it with my body scrubber when I shower tonight, and just. Oh, I also while Miller was here, and I changed his oil and rotated his tires for him because dealership wanted to charge him like $90 for that, and I was like, no, fuck that, dude. I'll do it for free.
Jesus.
And I also took the opportunity to get rid of a pallet that one of my toolboxes shipped on. The shipping people. I took the box. I picked the box the toolbox was in before putting it together up off of the pallet and carried that inside from the truck. And the guy was like, oh, no, you got to take this pallet too. And I was like, what? I don't want it. And he's like, well, I don't want it either. I was like, well, fine, I guess. So I just had a pallet sitting out front in front of the garage for like a month now. And I was like, hey, do you want a pallet? And he's like, actually, yeah. Me and my girl will burn that. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah, dude. So like the last hour that he was here, we spent just hanging out. Before that, we took two of my big hammers and smashed this pallet. It like broke this pallet down with just boards so that he could take it home. And I got myself pretty good. I caught my hand. I swung the hammer and punched the pallet. And then
I can see. You fucked your hand.
Some blood and shit. So I just super glued the cut on my finger shut. And he's like, oh, you're bleeding a lot. I was like, I'm fine. I'm just a bleeder. Yeah.
You bitch.
Me and my weak ass vessels.
Yeah.
That is quite a distance to walk, and I would not want to walk that. I'm very sorry you had to do that.
So mainly it was like frustrating because I went down here and I was like, okay, let's go like around here. So I walked by and this whole thing is a main road, so I was expecting, to catch a taxi when I was walking back.
Nope.
And I did not.
Yep.
But
even if you did though, like where would you put the hood in the taxi?
Mm-hmm. I was hoping to catch a big taxi. Well, mainly when I was like walking taxi, there. Yeah. But on the way back, I was hoping to catch a regular taxi so I wouldn't have to walk an hour.
On the upside, hood wasn't very heavy. On the downside, hood is very large and awkward.
Yeah.
I know that
And also,
because your car has very similar dimensions to an F-body Camaro Firebird, and I have dealt with those hoods before, and they are large and awkward. Not very heavy, but large and awkward.
No. Even like my OEM hood is very light, but it's still way heavier. It's probably like 3 times the weight. But
I think my OEM stamped steel hood is actually lighter than the fiberglass hood I bought.
But yeah, no, it's definitely not something I recommend, and I'm definitely glad to be done with that. And there's no other parts I should need that are that big and awkward that won't fit in my car.
It's like, hey, you know, sometimes you got to embrace the suck and just get shit done because, hey, once it's finished, you know it's done and you never have to do that again.
Yeah.
Like, I hate moving, but I understand that the next time I move, when you and I move to North Carolina, like, that will be the last time I move probably ever until I die. So,
yeah.
Like, I gotta do it one more time in my life, I guess I can.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, even when I have to move my stuff, I'm having the Navy will move it for me because...
Hell yeah. You don't have, like, a ton of stuff, though.
I have a lot more stuff than I did. Because, like, now I have my big 85-inch TV. I have my...
Damn!
Yeah. I have my...
Shit. I thought my TV was, like, one of the biggest ones they made.
Nah. I treated myself.
I was flexing up my dad with his 65-inch. I was like, oh, that's cute. 72.
Exactly. And I think now, I fucking think, oh, that's cute. 85.
Oh. My fragile ego. Oh.
You'll have to upgrade. I don't know how much bigger the TVs get, though.
Honestly, dude, when you move back here with me and then, like, we pack up to move, like we're gonna have 2 giant fucking TVs. Like, what are we gonna do with these? And I have my little TV that I paid $20 for in the San Diego barracks. I can't remember the name of the kid I bought it from, but he was a good dude. Shout out to him if he's watching. He's probably not. I forgot his name.
It happens, but yeah. So I have that. I have my L-shaped couch and ottoman that goes with it. Like, I have my bed. That's basically it. Like, I'll have a car hood. Probably 2.
A car hood that you'll have to make a box for.
Yeah. Like, I'll probably have 2, honestly. Well, yeah, I'll have 2 because I plan on getting an FC RX-7 hood because they make the special hoods for them here. They didn't make a lot of.
Oh, yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Heat extractors and whatnot.
Yeah.
REMME, that he was like one of the lead engineers on the development of both the Rotary and the RX-7, and he was like the guy in charge of like the performance RX-7s. So like,
yeah,
if there were parts to buy for an RX-7, you bought the right ones.
Because like they made them for certain ones, but America only got like so many. So like this one, like the off-kilter fucking
off-center turbo hood.
Because I like that hood, and I want to eventually get an FC and then keep the rotary in it.
That's fine. I fully support that. So many people have bastardized FCs with small block Chevy swaps and shit just because it was of the time. And granted, I know we're going to put an LT1 into your FD. However, we're going to take its heart and turn it into a race car heart by doubling it. So. Yeah.
So, like, we're still utilizing all the parts.
We're like the Native Americans, bro. We're using all the parts. Nothing's going to waste.
So I found a bigger TV.
Than your 85-inch?
Yeah. Do you want to know how big it is?
What an open-ended question, always. I want to know how I compare. God damn! They don't make like a table big enough to put that TV on. Like you just have to wall mount that. And
you have to get.
I mean, you got to drill into the studs to wall mount that.
Or just get two tables to put it on.
Is that even laser TV? What the fuck is a laser TV, Dirks?
I have no idea.
Is that even a smart TV or is it? Oh no, it's got a projector and shit. Nah, fuck that, man.
I don't know.
That shit don't count.
I don't know if that's a projector though. Like it doesn't. No, it is a projector. Okay, so yeah, I guess that's not really a TV.
That shit don't count. That's a screen.
Yeah, because I had it on fucking TVs. Hold on. I know I can find one bigger than mine. I want Best Buy. Let's go somewhere else.
Speaking of TV, have you watched anything good lately?
So I've been watching two Asian shows.
The only Asian show I really know is Chocolate or Not Chocolate, and the only other one I know is Mr. Pogi, which is a game show in the Philippines for male models, and I only know that because all the bar girls kept calling me Mr. Pogi while I was there, and I was like, what does that mean? It sounds derogatory. And I know they don't know what derogatory means, but they're like, it's a show. And then they like showed me, and I was like, oh. Yeah, like, yeah, it means handsome. I'm like, okay, sure it does. You just want $20. And what coincidence, I want a blowjob. So you're about to make $20.
Hell yeah. There you go. They game the system, man.
Yeah. I feel like for the purpose of protecting brand identity, this is a character I'm playing. I'm not really this creepy and gross and misogynistic in real life.
No.
I mostly just sit on my floor and build my little models and watch TV. I'm a pretty boring guy.
Like, that's not a mistranslation. That's actually what they say. Like,
what is this show called?
And like, oh yeah, here's a really badly drawn picture. I don't know, man. It doesn't look the same to me. It's called Hiro Yoshihiko. And it's fucking ridiculous. Like, they go and they get led by the Buddha.
It sounds like a really good. It sounds like a really good show.
And like, trying to find a good picture. So this guy on the far right.
Zoom way the fuck in.
Let me see if I can.
My screen and probably the screens we're watching on are not as big as this monitor you're looking at.
There.
More.
This guy? God damn, dude.
Hey, perfect.
So this guy, you know his actor from another thing that we used to watch.
Was he in Hentai Kamen?
He was.
He was in Hentai Kamen? Was he the guy in Hentai Kamen?
He was the bad guy.
Was he evil Panty Man? Or no, he was the robot guy, wasn't he?
No, yeah, he was this guy. The guy that ate chicken.
Oh yeah, the chicken guy from Hentai Kamen. God, Hentai Kamen, what a fucking movie. Not a sound premise though, I gotta tell you, because if wearing panties on your head gave you superpowers, bro, I'd have been Iron Man a long time ago.
Yeah, this fucking guy is this guy right here.
What depth? What a real actor this man is. Get this man an Oscar. Or the Japanese equivalent to an Oscar. An Oscar.
But like, I am the man gifted with the tits of a cow.
It's like Danger 5 level stupid.
Exactly. So it's fucking great. Like, so far I'm really digging it. It's fucking hilarious.
It seems great. How are you watching it? Streaming site or?
Yes.
Which one?
Because I don't.
Oh, is it the one we can't talk about? The secret one?
Yeah, the secret one.
The secret one. That
it's
definitely
like Netflix,
doesn't have a ship as its logo.
Like, yeah.
It's
like Netflix, but better.
Site. It's like Netflix, but free.
So I've been watching that, and then another one called The Glory, which essentially is like the plot of Old Boy. But
oh, dude, she babe.
Basically, the whole plot is that this chick got bullied, like fucking legit bullied. Like, they took like curling irons to her arms and shit like that.
That's fucked up shit. The teenage girls are the fucking meanest thing on the planet, dude.
And so she basically she dropped out of school. Lists those guys as the bullies, like saying that's the reason she dropped out.
Yeah.
Of course, all those kids have rich parents, so they go and find her parents and are like, "Hey, you're gonna change that. Here's some checks." And
here's some
the main girl's parents are like, "Yep, she dropped out because she doesn't do school well." And then they took the money and they literally just fucking left. Like, they left her behind.
God, it's so fucked.
So then what happens is she gets home and she finds like oh wow, my parents changed it to something different, and they left. So she ends up having to get like 3 jobs, and then fucking ends up becoming like an elementary school teacher. And like here you can see her as an adult, or basically anywhere.
Yeah.
And then she still has like all the burn marks and all that shit over her, like because they just never go away. But they're all on parts that you don't see.
Yeah, because of the long sleeves and whatnot. Yeah.
So she becomes an elementary school teacher just in time for one of the lead bullies had gotten married and has an elementary school daughter.
Oh, this is gonna be sadistic, this show.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be super fucking sadistic. So I'm like, it's really good, and like it's basically female old boy. Where, yeah.
Shout out director Bong Joon-ho.
Yeah,
I loved Parasite. I thought it was really fucked up. I watched it on a flight, I think, home from Japan, while I was hammered, and I thought it was fantastic.
Also, for anyone listening, we mean the old boy, not not
the
2013.
James Marsden Samuel L. Jackson one, which is also good in its own right. It's kind of neat. Directed by Spike Lee, oddly enough. But yeah, no. The original Old Boy with Bong Joon-ho.
Yeah, not this one.
I don't want to read subtitles. I don't like subtitles. Bro, just tell us you can't read. It's okay. I can read, I just can't read fast. Yeah, you read at a 3rd grade level and you're 26. It's fine. Just own it. Get you hooked on phonics for Christmas. It's fine.
So, yeah, like, so far I've been watching those two. And then I've been watching the Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared TV show because
it's a TV
I have to. There is.
I have not watched Rick and Morty for a long time. I don't know if it's still reasonably funny. I'm not caught up on the new season of Archer. I'm waiting for it to hit Hulu so I can just binge it all in one day.
I don't even know where
a couple NBA games. The Lakers took the Mavs to double overtime the other night. They still lost because the Lakers are ass. But I say that, but like they're 13th in the West, and like the team that like won a championship last year, like Golden State, they're 6th right now, and the difference in their records is literally 2 games. They have won 2 more games than the Lakers, and like that's the difference between 6th and 13th in the West. The West is fucking weak.
Damn.
This decade, bro.
That's pretty fucking trash, bro.
The East is the powerhouse, just like when Jordan was there. Like shit's all on its axis. The NBA isn't what I know. I grew up in the Shaq and Kobe era. Like, this is all fucked. None of this makes sense.
Yeah.
Is what it is. Basketball ebbs and flows. It's one of those things.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that like this year's season at Formula One will be better because they're adding in new companies. But
did
I doubt
you see though? Andretti and Cadillac gonna make an F1 bid.
Yeah,
a real true all-American F1 team. I know Haas is American, but they were funded with Russian oil money, and they run Ferrari engines, and the chassis is basically a year-old Ferrari. They're not really American; they're just headquartered here. But yeah, I'm excited for Andretti Autosport. The problem is because Andretti, the name, is world famous for winning.
Yeah,
being really good at a lot of things, and because he's had such success in IndyCar, and he can develop a potent open wheel program, a lot of the teams do not want Andretti to enter F1. F1, there's talks of them to raise the $200 million buy-in to F1. That's before you do anything with a team. You have to pay them $200 million to then spend more money on an F1 team, which is the biggest crock of bullshit in the entire fucking world. They're talking about raising it to $600 million to keep Andretti out. I'm like, well, now no one's going to come in. You wanted Audi and BMW and Porsche to come in? Well, now they're not fucking going to.
Yeah, no, like, it's stupid.
You know what they're going to do? Because they make, American market branded V8 sedans. They're going to try to enter NASCAR is what they're going to do. The problem is they don't build overhead valve V8s, which is why there's been talk for years of NASCAR moving on to an overhead cam style V8, which a lot of the old heads are going to be really upset about. Back in my day, black car in the dealership of race on track. Yeah, well, shut up, boomer. Back in your day, black people couldn't vote. Yeah, you're on the wrong side of history, man. Time marches forward, never backwards.
But I don't know, like Formula One this year doesn't even seem like looking at the teams and who's in them. Like, fucking, what's his face? His son's out. So
What, Mick?
Like-
Mick's gone?
yeah, because he used to be for AlphaTauri, right?
No, he was at Haas.
Haas. Okay.
I think he started as a he was
Yeah,
always
'cause-
been a Ferrari development driver, which led people to believe he was going to be at Alfa Romeo with Kimi when Kimi was still there. But then he didn't go there. He went to Haas, and then Kimi retired. And then I still like my boy Danny Ricciardo, like him. I don't know where he's at, but yeah, I think Nick's still at Haas. He was like the only good driver they had for a long time.
Oh, okay, that's why. So yeah, for this year's for Haas is Kevin Magnussen.
Kevin Magnussen came back to the team after they booted Mazepin out because fuck Russia.
And then in second is Nico Hulkenberg.
The
No
hell
idea.
happened to Mick Schumacher?
So seems like reading an article from December, he's going to join Mercedes as a reserve driver.
Man, that's
Which-
unfortunate.
Yeah, it's like
It's
he didn't do
so rare to go from active F1 driver, albeit with the worst fucking team on the grid. Let's be real.
Yeah,
Haas made absolutely no effort to develop their 2020
no.
car. They were like, yeah, we're just next year. We're focusing on next year.
Yeah, which sucks because like he didn't do fantastic, but like when your team
Yeah, he
when
was
one,
like
you're
second
kind
to
of
last
junior.
on the grid. Second, only to his teammate, who, albeit though, Mick kept a pretty good race pace, and
Yeah.
his teammate was like 35 seconds behind him. So
Yeah,
but yeah, he had promise, man. If Haas could have got their fucking shit together, like
exactly. Like that's the thing.
Nico Hulkenberg's a nobody, man.
Yeah,
Can't
I don't know.
develop a car and make strides and win races with a Nico Hulkenberg. Kevin's all right, but he's a B C tier driver. I mean,
Yeah. I don't know. Like that's the thing. Mick is so new that if he had a promising team to work with,
he
then he
is
would be
young.
better.
I mean, he's still young. I think
Yeah.
he's like 21, maybe.
Let's see.
Shout out Michael Schumacher.
He's 23,
Keep fighting Michael.
but for real. But yeah, 23. Like, god damn, dude, that's fucking young as shit. Like,
Yeah.
dude is barely has like the identity of an adult at this point.
Yeah.
So it's absolutely insane to go like to even be at that age to be a
Competing at
starter
that level.
for
Yeah. Which I don't know. Reserve driver for Mercedes, that's not terrible. I mean, how much longer is
No.
Lewis going to go before he hangs it up? I give it
Yeah,
one, maybe
and-
2 more years.
And their secondary is George Russell.
Yeah, fuck that guy. I was
I
never a
don't
fan
even-
of his. He has the
Oh,
appearance
God.
and outward personality of a bucket of wallpaper paste. Just
He,
nothing there. Nothing interesting.
his eyes are alien.
Yeah, he's one of the lizard people.
Oh God,
Shout out conspiracy
please, you
theories.
should-
We believe in lizard people.
he should always wear sunglasses because his eyes are
I think he
horrifying.
does quite a bit until he
Thank
puts the helmet
God.
on. I'm pretty sure he does.
Thank God, because Jesus Christ.
The one thing I found absolutely insufferable from watching Drive to Survive is how gay for Max Verstappen Christian Horner is. Like, dude, just fuck him. Just leave your wife, the hot spice girl, and just fuck the young boy who drives your race car and just get it out of your system. Just get it out of your system. I hate Max Verstappen. I detest him. He's a petulant child. He's shown no maturity whatsoever
Yeah,
in his entire career. So,
but I don't want to focus on him. I mainly want to focus on like the drivers that we actually like basically just Nick at this point. Because
Yeah, I mean,
I'm hoping that Nick will learn.
Fernando Alonso.
Yeah,
I gotta love that guy. Can't believe he's still
like, he's
doing
been
it
going
at
for
his age.
he's been fucking going forever.
Him and Lewis, man. Of course, Alonso had already I think won a championship by the time Lewis came around.
Yeah,
he won
because
with Renault.
Louis is 38, Alonso is 41. Like that's old.
That's
to be,
really old to be driving an F1 car.
like
That's pretty old to be driving an F1 car. It's pretty old to be racing
So-
in any form.
yeah. Like, I mean, of course, you're always gonna have, you know, the legends like fucking Richard Petty and stuff like that. You know, that raced
Yeah.
fucking till their final days. But like,
Richard.
that's a very rare thing.
A lot of people say Richard hung on too long because he really stopped being competitive for like the last 10 years of his career. But I mean, he always, it was never about being a dominant force and a champion and winning with him. I mean, yeah, he's got an astronomical log of statistics no one will ever rival. But he always said it was just, he was going to keep driving a race car as long as he was having fun driving a race car. And he would stop when it stopped being fun. And he did.
And
he hung it up at the end of the 92 season.
Yeah, that's the thing.
One of the many converging storylines of NASCAR's greatest race, the 1992 season finale, the Hooters 500 at Atlanta, where there was a 5-way battle for the championship. Anyone could have won. It was Richard Petty's last race, and it was Jeff Gordon's first race.
No, yeah, I remember we talked about that.
A lot of storylines that day. And Dale Earnhardt spun 2 people out on lap 2 because he got tired of not leading the race. He did. He just went right into the corner and bumped the guy in front of him who hit the guy in front of him. They both spun out, and he's like, yeah, fuck this. I can't win the championship. I qualified bad. The car's not driving right. Fuck these guys. He just spun 2 guys out, and he didn't give a shit.
Hell yeah.
But big news. Richard Petty, still active, involved in the sport, team owner. But this coming season, NASCAR's 75th season, will be the first season that there isn't a Petty team on track because the name Petty Enterprises that became Petty GMS when someone bought them out to keep the name and run the team. Richard Petty's still involved. They're rebranding to like Legacy Motorsport or something, and Jimmy Johnson is coming back from IndyCar to NASCAR to run.
No shit.
He's going to try and make the Daytona 500. Travis Pastrana is going to try to make the Daytona 500, but he was pretty shit at NASCAR. That dude should just ride dirt bikes or drive rally cars or whatever he's been doing that was more successful than his horrible attempt at NASCAR he made almost a decade ago now. Shit.
I mean, yeah, some people just aren't that good at it, but like that's crazy though.
It's a skill set not many possess. It's something you really gotta already have a little bit of talent at, and then hone your skills to get better at. And that's really tough to do now because there's no testing. It pretty much just show up, qualify, and then there's some practice, and you just race. And it's like, sure would like to do shit like practice and test,
Yeah. I don't know. It's like we talked about before. But simulator is not the same. Like even if you get the whole like hydraulic system where you can actually feel the G's and all that, it's not the same.
Oh yeah, like GM and Toyota and Ford, like they have some incredibly high dollar simulators, but you know what a high dollar simulator still isn't? A race car on the racetrack.
Yeah.
It's still not tires on the asphalt. It's not. You got to get that feel, for all of it.
Yeah, that's sad. Like that we've come that way. Like we basically made all the wrong changes. Like from the drivers being, as we've talked about before, you mentioned them being cookie cutter, and I noticed a lot more. That's it.
A large part of that, specifically in NASCAR, was the success of Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon didn't have much of a personality. He was just a young kid from California who came into the sport and immediately started winning, and then that is exactly where the sport turned, and everybody went, oh, we need new exciting young drivers who are going to go win races. Everybody started looking for the next Jeff Gordon, and it's like, well, dudes who could actually like safely drive a race car for 500 miles and not destroy the fucking thing, like got out of a ride and lost their jobs, and it was like, well, that was the end of them in the sport because a lot of young drivers who could have developed too. You get like 3 seasons, which by season 3 you should be top 5. You should be running good. You should be proven that you can win races. But if they didn't by like year 3, it was like, yeah, you're gone. And I was like, that's it. There's no there was no lower tier ride for them. Nothing. There was nothing to fall back on. It's just like we gave you a shot. It didn't work out. You're out. And I was like, well, where are they now? Like, I don't know. They're doing something.
Yeah.
NASCAR went through a pretty radically bad paradigm shift almost immediately following the death of Dale Earnhardt. It was
Yeah, a lot of like even F1 went through that more radical shift when they with the loss of Ayrton Senna.
Yeah, after that shit got really watered down.
Yeah, like I understand where they're coming from, because you don't want to lose more.
They still had great racing.
Yeah,
They still had some great racing between Schumacher and Hakkinen, Schumacher and
who was the mustache? Fuck.
no,
Nigel Mansell.
Mansell was gone.
Was he gone?
Mansell was gone by then. He'd went to IndyCar.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
Kart at the time.
Yeah.
Fuck. Damn it. He drove for Williams. Damon Hill.
Mm.
Damon and Michael had a championship battle. Twice they had a championship battle. Once Michael won the championships. I think the second time Damon won. Damon finally won a championship. At pretty old age for the time, like 30 something. He finally won his first championship, and then he immediately retired. He just wanted to spiritually success, make his father proud, and win an F1 championship like his dad did, because his dad was Graham Hill. So pretty big shoes to fill. But yeah, I think that was the last championship Williams has ever won in F1. They have fallen so far from, in 94, 93 really being the most technologically advanced team with the most dominant car and two, Hall of Fame drivers, and look at them now. Frank's dead, and Claire isn't even there anymore. I think Frank's dead. Yeah, I think Frank died a couple years ago. I think so.
Yeah, it's like that shit sucks. That I don't know. It feels like the sport just got both of the sports just are bland to watch now.
Everything's become so watered down in the name of safety, and I know it is still dangerous, and you could still get hurt, but it's no longer a matter of, if I take this corner too fast and I cock it up and I put the car over the hill, I'm dead.
That's not
those kind of stakes, that kind of tension and anxiety, that made people watch.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know. It's like either you gotta go and do something with the safety, or like just reduce the speed of the cars or something that makes it a lot more close. And like you gotta do something with it, because at this point, like with them increasing the buy-ins, it just feels like they're not going to get any new teams.
Well, I do like
no one's going to be able to afford.
NASCAR finally, in like the last 2 years, has started to correct a lot of their wrongs from the past 20 years almost.
And then with NASCAR,
they've made it a lot cheaper to get into the sport and start a new team. There are a lot more new teams, and I mean, one of the newer, almost brand new teams, very nearly won a championship this year. Ross Chastain for Pitbull's team. Fuck, I forget the name of the team right now. Trackhouse. He was a contender, and he threw probably the most exciting last lap move we've ever seen in NASCAR, where he just sent it into turn 4 at Martinsville, didn't brake, and rode the wall all the way around, and passed 5 cars in the corner. I mean, the racing this year was fantastic. However,
they need to have more.
A lot of drivers
not
are really
oval tracks.
unhappy with the car, because every time they wreck, they're getting like concussions. Like they're getting bad head injuries every time they crash, and they're not big hits. They're not hard hits. These are like light taps to the wall. The car is entirely too stiff, which part of that is probably why the racing's been so good, is because the car is well built to corner. On any kind of track, oval, road course, or otherwise. We had the most road courses ever this year. I think we had 7 road courses on the schedule, which I love NASCAR road course racing. There's nothing like it. Watching those cars slide around, corners that they're obviously not supposed to be taking, but are. I love that. The Sonoma race is my favorite race every year. I fucking love. I still call it Sears Point, because to me it is. Yeah, I love that track. I play that track almost religiously on Project Cars, because they have a 90s NASCAR in that game. And yeah, I just love that track. But yeah, the racing has been good. But again, the drivers are complaining about safety, which I'm not saying those go hand in hand. But if the racing's good and it's because the car's not safe, well, as a fan, I want good racing. Is there a way to do that and make the car safer? Yeah, probably, because, I mean, the fucking thing catches on fire for no reason now. Kevin Harvick at Darlington fucking didn't hit the wall, nothing. Just it was driving. I think there were like 70 laps left in the race, and then all of a sudden his car was just in flames, and all the crash foam in the roll bars and the doors had caught on fire. So just both doors were on fire, and I could play you the clip, and like he can't see anything. He just listens to the spotter, cuts down the inside, parks that fucker, climbs out, walks away all pissed off. One of the funniest post-race interviews ever about NASCAR's junk-ass piece of shit cars they engineered that they didn't listen to any of the teams for input on, and they're not building a good car. They're just pieces of shit. It was fucking great. And then he got fined $100,000 for all of his inflammatory remarks. But he wasn't wrong.
Yeah.
Now he's retiring. He's retiring at the end of the year, which is fine. I don't really like him. I just, to me, it's sad to see drivers who I watched go from rookie to winning races. It's sad for me to watch them go. I'm an old man now. I like the old guard. I can't root for these fucking 19-year-olds. I was 19 not that long ago, so I know that they're dipshits. Like, bro, you're 19. What the fuck do you know? You're talking out of your ass. You can't drive for shit. Just shut the fuck up, all right? Just...
Yeah. I don't know. It's definitely a sad thing to see people retire. I mean, like, the most we can hope is that they continue to be, I would say, influential, but in the right way. Like, Dale Earnhardt Jr. has his own podcast.
Well, not only that, but he does commentary for NBC on just about every race. And he's still running for every year. He'll run one race in the Busch Series.
Like that's fantastic.
I think he's running Bristol this year. I don't know, but he's running a Busch Series race this year, and I can't wait. I'm gonna watch that one Busch race. But yeah, we need personalities in the sport again. Damn it, we need people who aren't all the exact same.
Yeah.
Talk about some interesting shit. Don't talk about, me and the wife were at the house and we didn't do anything that would upset any of my sponsors and we were just watching Netflix. So like, oh, wow, you sound like a fucking thrill a minute, Bob. How the hell do you drive race cars? Like,
hell yeah, safely, not above the speed limit because he's a safe driver.
Yeah, I want to hear stories like fucking. There's a great clip from Dale Jr.'s podcast where he had Ken Schrader on. And Ken Schrader is a man who is still driving race cars to this day. Love that man. He's a hero. And so the title of the clip is Dale Jr.'s Best Week Ever. And it's like a week where he went on tour, basically, with Ken Schrader and his late model racing team. And they went to... they would go out and race dirt tracks and then win the race or like run up front and then like they would go and like close down a bar till 2 a.m. and then they'd go to a strip club and it's like and Dale was like 16 so like we couldn't bring him in so eventually we convinced all the strippers. We all came out to the parking lot to hang out with Dale and they all came out with us. It's just like
hell yeah.
He's like and we got back to the track on Sunday. I did not look Dale Sr. in the eye. It's just like I bet you wouldn't. He's like,
no.
Dale Jr. ain't never going with you again. Like, well, can Kelly come? Kelly was Dale's older sister. I love Ken Schrader. That man's a national treasure.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be.
We need personalities again, man.
Yeah. I mean.
Like, you have to be interesting, damn it. You drive a race car. Like, you owe it to your fans and fans of the sport to do interesting and fun and cool shit. Like, you can't just be a normal, boring guy.
Yeah, no. Like,
what'd you do?
You want to be
boring before the race? Like, we went to Safeway. We bought groceries. We got almond milk because I'm allergic to dairy. Like, shut the fuck up. God damn it. Be interesting. What did I do to the win? Like, oh man, we partied for like 3 fucking days. I'm not even sure where I'm at right now.
Yeah, like it was such a change from that to I eat avocado toast.
Bro, the endless void of difference. The radical dichotomy between Tim Richmond and Jimmy Johnson. That said, I don't understand how Jimmy Johnson wasn't an interesting guy. Grew up in El Cajon, California, grew up racing dirt bikes, raced Baja, almost died during the Baja 1000. Him and his co-driver got like stuck out there for 3 days. They almost died. Came into the Busch series after winning a lot of races in ASA in a fantastic looking Pennzoil car, looked a lot like Steve Park's car, which is behind me, which no one can see. Raced in the Busch series for a little bit. Almost died doing that too. Had a horrific crash at Watkins Glen where he could have been killed. Like, I don't know. Man's come close to death twice. I don't know how he's not interesting. Why he doesn't have like...
Yeah.
Why don't you do more fun shit? Why don't you have awesome stories to tell? Like, why... Well, keep the sponsors happy. Like, do you really give a fuck about Lowe's Home Improvement? I don't. Like you are a 7-time Cup champion. Someone will fucking sponsor you if Lowe's isn't happy about something you said in an interview. Like, God damn it, man.
Like, stop doing it for the money. Do it for the thrill. Like, live. Enjoy life.
Yeah, I'm not saying go out there and act like a total ass and do your best Ricky Bobby impersonation, but, like, God damn it. Be like, colorful. Be a character. Shit. You drive a NASCAR for a job. That's your job. You drive NASCAR.
Like, you could go to any bar and fucking, like, you could start a bar fight. Be like, yeah, I'm the best fucking driver there is. And you can have a bar fight. Like, that'd be fucking interesting.
You could.
Like, do something.
Hell, guys like Randy Lanier and Gary Ballou were funding their racing operations through smuggling drugs. Like, that's fucking cool. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I want to hear more stories about that. Like, I don't want to hear about the guy who, did everything right and he came up in the lower divisions. And also his dad's a CEO at DuPont, so he always had sponsorship. Like, oh, well, of course he did. No wonder he made it. His grandson or his grandfather owns the team. Fuck these guys. There's no personality. Can't drive for shit.
It's boring. Because then they're not going to say anything to upset their grandfather because their grandfather's the only reason they're fucking doing it.
Yeah. No,
like,
stop giving a shit about getting fined. You already get paid more than God. Like, fucking...
Yeah.
Say what you need to say in an interview. Talk some shit. Tony Stewart was the last one to talk some good shit in an interview. Except the Busch brothers. The Busch brothers will give some hilarious interviews. Kurt Busch retired, though. Rip the homie. He's alive, but he's not racing anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's got the longest streak among living drivers of most seasons consecutively with at least one win. I think he's gone like 13 seasons or something in a row, winning at least one race. He won a race this year and he missed half the year. Like, he's...
Good God.
Yeah, he missed half the year because of concussion shit, though, because the cars aren't safe. So
yeah.
That said, I mean, his hit, he did take a pretty hard hit, so that's understandable how you get a concussion. How you can be out with a concussion for, 22 weeks? That's a big deal. We need to look at that. Something else is happening there. Is he developmentally okay? What happened to his brain? Is he gonna recover? Like, I'm worried about this man.
Is he gonna snap one night and start fucking murdering his family? Like,
I'd hope not. He's a really good guy.
Yeah, like, that's the thing. But
there was a race car driver who did suffer a head injury and then was never the same and ended up murdering people and then it lived out the rest of his life and died in an asylum. I don't remember his name.
Like, that happens to fucking, like, football players and, like...
That happens to football players a lot. Like, a lot. Like, so often that I feel like football shouldn't be a thing anymore.
But that will never happen because people care more about the sport than the players. Like, I don't know. It's ridiculous. You good?
Yeah, I'm looking at that driver because I can't remember his fucking name. Slap shoes, of course it's a slap shoes video. For now it's Danny B talks. He's okay. Leroy Yarbrough, that's who it was. Yeah. Yeah, Leroy Yarbrough got a head injury and then could never really drive the car again and always wanted to get back to it. And then because of the head injury and, what we know now about CTE and things, I'm sure he had it and suffered more than a concussion. I'm sure he had a traumatic brain injury that severely altered his personality. He tried to murder his own mom one night and spent the rest of his life institutionalized. And it was really sad because after then he only ever had like moments of clarity where he would talk about how he's going to get back in shape and get back in the car again and he's going to race again and again. It was so yeah.
That's a shitty
way
thing.
from the early '60s though, but I feel like we peaked in '96. I feel like the cars, the safety equipment, the mindset of the sport and its growth. I feel like it should have never really continued to develop past that. I feel like a lot of things peaked in '96, and if we could hard reset Matrix style, and it would never develop past a certain point. Our stopgap, our end, should be '96. It should just stay 1996 forever.
Yeah,
that'd be a so much better time.
It like at the just starting point of the internet, where you still had dial-up, and like it still took an hour to download a photo, but you know what? Those are much better times.
And be like, but you can't we'll play cool internet games. Like, yeah. Well, if it was 1996, I wouldn't want to. I go out to a college bar on a Thursday night, and I get laid by two chicks who were both, Delta Phi Kappa, and we would bang in my brand new 300ZX, and then I would be like, dude, fuck internet games. The 90s kick ass, and then I drink a Surge, and that would be the end of that.
Yeah, like it'd be a great time.
I'd play games. I'd play Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 on my PlayStation 1.
Like
with the bros.
Better times.
We would talk about how crazy Columbine was and how we couldn't believe it happened.
Yeah, and how it should never happen again, and it never would because it'd be the 90s.
It would be 1996 forever, and that would never happen again. That's right.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And then we'd always be on fucking all American bases. Would always be on like security level Alpha. It would never be Bravo.
Because 9/11 hadn't happened yet.
Yeah, like it'd be you could fly
on planes.
Yeah, smoke on planes. You could fucking take alcohol and shit on planes yourself.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't have to get frisked every time you fucking entered an airport. Like you just kind of just do you have anything to declare? Nah. All right, get on the plane. Your flight's leaving.
All the cars were interesting. I'm a firm believer that in the 90s all the women were prettier. I love me some 90s babes almost as much as I love 80s babes. I love 80s babes when I'm in the mood for something trashy, like greasy, dirty, bad Chinese food. Like that's when I like 80s babes. When I want to feed the soul, those 90s women. Like that, like most of the hot girls in Twin Peaks. I need to watch that. Oh, but speaking of watching, I meant to tell you, APL and Sark have been playing a lot of real based-ass indie games, and they're all like 30-minute long episodes. They're on APL's channel, and somebody, I forget who, might have been Sparky's Vault, uploaded a like 3.5-hour stream from Sark where he's playing like Security Booth or something.
Oh yeah, I've watched that before.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, so I might check that out.
Yeah, I watch a different channel for like it's a guy that plays like indie horror games, and he played that a bit ago.
Yeah, and Zach Burnfire, they uploaded like 2 episodes of New Vegas in a row. One's 20 minutes, the other one's 50 minutes. They're coming to the end of New Vegas Bounties 3, which it's exciting because having played through New Vegas Bounties 3, I know how this ends.
Yeah, I watched the 20-minute one from 13 hours ago. I haven't watched the 50-minute one yet, so I'll have to watch that later.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, I'm watching that, and I'll watch, every so often I'll watch the Skyrim stuff, because I fucking hate Skyrim.
I fucking hate Skyrim, too. Dude, I played it, I didn't even play it that much. I played it kind of loosely around the time it came out and shit. I'm back on the 360 and I think the PS3, but like, I just never gave a shit about anything Nordic or cold or the magical. I just couldn't give a fuck, dude. And I know it's a Bethesda game. And it was like the closest thing to a new Fallout we had for a long time, but I just could not give a shit about Skyrim or the Elder Scrolls. I just Phantom, hate me all you want. I just don't give a fuck about those games. I just don't.
Like, I like the Elder Scrolls, like the world. I didn't like what they did with it in Skyrim. Like, the missions were all bland. Everything felt like it was a cardboard cutout of fucking Oblivion. Like, nothing felt interesting. Nothing felt like it mattered.
Go off,
like,
son. Tell them how you really feel. Tear it apart.
Like, the DLC was lackluster comparative to Oblivion. Like, if you look at Shivering Isles, you literally worked with Sheogorath, arguably the most interesting demigod that literally, like, in one of the quests, literally has you go and fucking kill everybody at a party. Like, and then in Shivering Isles, it's literally his whole land. And, like, you get missions where you go and you drive adventurers insane through various little tasks, and you do all this cool shit. But, like, in Skyrim, their DLC is like, oh yeah, we're gonna go, do some vampire shit. You're gonna become a werewolf. Like, bro, I'm not into Twilight shit. I'm sorry. I don't care about being a fucking vampire or werewolf. Go fuck off. The DLC sucks. Your base game sucks. I fucking hate the land of Skyrim. It's absolutely trash. If I wanted to play in snow, I'd go back to fucking New York or, like, Canada or Alaska. I don't care about snow. Give me something fun.
And so many fucking Dwemer ruins.
Like,
Why
I don't,
are there
yeah.
so many? I spent 80% of the time I played that game probably stuck trying to solve fuck-ass puzzles in Dwemer ruins that I did not give a fuck about.
Yeah, most of the time I'd spend figuring out how I could cheese my way through them because I just stopped caring. Like,
I'll just straight up no, fuck this.
Like, their dungeons were absolute trash. I think Bethesda's a trash company that shouldn't exist anymore. Like,
they're going pretty far downhill.
They fucked Fallout. They fucked Skyrim, which, sorry fans, it's trash. When you compare it to any of the older ones, they're trash. Like the old ones are great. Skyrim's absolute dog shit. Fallout 4 is trash. The DLC is absolute trash. Fallout 4 entirely is trash. The area, the quests, the guilds, they all suck. Nothing matters. The final quest for all of them is the exact fucking same, and that should not be a thing. As soon as that happens, you fucked up, dude. Like, that's what a first-time developer does. That's what a fucking modder does for a DLC. Let's see. 76 was a complete kerfuffle, which you can watch your historian for all that.
They fumbled so hard on that, and it never got better.
They fucked
like
the
Cyberpunk was bad, and we love that, but like it got better. They fixed it.
Yeah.
76 was bad, and they've never fixed it. It's still bad. It's
still pay to win.
It still AIDS.
It's still pay to win. It's still based on the Fallout 4 engine that they just duct taped into working for multiplayer, which doesn't work. They
basically everyone's saying they're just going to make their shit in Unreal Engine 5 now, and I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much just the way, since all of you guys' engines apparently all suck fat dick. So.
Oh yeah. Like, I don't know why they were doing their own engines in the first place. It won't work. But yeah, then they fucked up the alcohol that they outsourced, so they couldn't even outsource things right. They fucked up the duty bag. They gave all the bag to influencers. Like,
all the helmets.
They